What is up? What
Yo,
How's it going?
is up? We got
what
What's
is
up?
up?
special guest today, Infantectomy. What the fuck is going on? If you guys want to introduce yourself and just kind of explain what you do in the band, that'd be dope.
My name is Glenn. I'm the drummer in the band. Type
My
shit,
name
type
is
shit.
Tony. I'm the vocalist.
Sick, dude. Thanks for hopping in. First
Yeah.
off, like right out the gate, what kind of inspired Infantectomy, and then how did you guys come together?
So okay, I should probably answer this one because so I started the band. I used to be the band's guitarist. Like all the
Mm-hmm.
material that you've heard is like written and recorded by me. But
Okay.
basically I've been running Infant since like 2018 or give or take. And been through a bunch of lineup changes, and then this year, I asked Glenn and all the other guys in the band for the current lineup to, hey, you guys want to join Infant? And then they said they were down, and that's kind of how we got our little start and whatnot.
Okay. Who are we missing? If y'all want to talk about the members that we're missing.
Mm,
Uh,
we're missing Max, Pabil, and Shay. Max and
Hmm.
Pabil. Nabil. I'm sorry. I keep thinking his Instagram is Pabil, and I'm like, oh my god,
Banana
like
Peel, yeah,
yeah, like banana peel. Like
yeah, Banana
it's funny.
Peel.
Nabil
Um,
and Max. They're the guitarists of the band.
Hmm.
Shay is the bassist of the band. Shay and Tony are pretty much like kind of like the headlines of Infant. They're the guys that if you ever have more questions about how Infant started or
Hmm.
where their inspires Infant and everything,
yeah,
they're the kind of guys to ask. Because
Okay.
us three rhythm section, we just kind of joined not even too long ago, man. Probably about 6, 8 months now. We haven't
Oh,
even been
really?
a band together for a year, yeah, and
Hmm.
I'm having the time of my life with this, man. I love drumming. It was such a good opportunity to get with like the guys and like just honestly have fun with it. Because I play guitar too. I play bass, so and I'm also in Meridian Parkway for bass guitar and also Dark Matter, which is my own group.
Hmm.
But Max and Nabil, they're the guitarist, and yeah, Shay's bass player. But we just started
Shay,
jamming together.
yeah,
Shay, yeah.
Dope.
but
So Tony, you said like pretty much since like 2018 you've been writing like all the riffs. What was kind of like your songwriting process? Was it just pretty much like you came out with like a riff and showed it and
I
like people elaborated?
So I kind of have a long backstory on like it's a deep rooted explanation that I don't want to have to go on a tangent about it, but basically I've been kind of fucking around with like recording music since like 2014, give or take, and
Hmm.
I started off like producing like gore grind and EDM and stuff like that on GarageBand basically,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then I had a bunch of side projects in high school or whatever that I was experimenting with because I've been doing slam. Like I've been in the slam genre since like late 2014, 15, early 2015. And then I started Infinectomy in 2018 when I was kind of overdoing like side projects and just wanted like a band to like have my main focus on. And it was originally yeah, me doing all the writing and stuff. And what was the other part of your question?
Uh, just like uh, did you like write a riff and then have people collaborate on it for like a full song, or did you
Oh,
write like entire songs, like drum lines,
oh.
bass lines?
I did like drum programming, guitar,
Mm,
bass, sometimes even backup vocals and stuff like that. And then like I would always just have somebody else like do vocals for the longest time. And then
mm-hmm.
so like how familiar do you know like our discography?
Uh, not as well as I could, unfortunately.
No
The
worries,
big
man.
thing,
It's all good.
like, I mean, that's what's dope about like our interviews is that not only are like the viewers finding out about shit, but a lot of the time me, Vicente, our other host is really big into like slam and deathcore, whereas I'm more of like a black metal and death metal. So like
Okay.
he brings in a lot of those kinds of bands like you guys and be like, yo, dude, like check these guys out. And then I'm like, all right, dope, like sick, let's hit them up and get something with them. And then I'll do the same vice versa and bring in bands that are more of my style. And so that's kind of how we work. But yeah, definitely not as familiar as I could be,
No, you're
unfortunately.
chilling, man. Yeah, I got you. So basically, like all of our discography, like I'm on it, obviously,
Mhm,
and then we originally started out like our very first EP, which is called Infantile Sodomy. Like that's me and my old high school friend Markel, uh, which he goes by Doom now. Check him out on SoundCloud and YouTube and all that stuff. But uh, we went to high school together, and then like when we graduated, I was just like, hey, do you want to start a project? And originally, the first Infantectomy EP was for another band called
mhm.
Vaginal Prolapse, but I don't want to get into the whole story of it. Those who know the story, but it's a deep conversation to have, and I don't want to like spill laundry on the podcast, but basically like I had a falling out with like all the band members of Vaginal Prolapse of the initial
Mm.
lineup, and then me and Markel just kind of dissolved the band in 2017, and because that's when the band's
Happens to a lot of bands,
yeah. So
unfortunately.
well, we had a whole 5 track EP, give or
Hmm.
take or whatever that I had recorded, and then I was just like, hey, we should just use this for a new band and just start up a new
Hmm.
project, and so it was initially me and him at the start, and he still comes to our shows every once in a while and does guest vocals.
Dope.
Yeah,
Super
cool
sick.
guy. And
Uh,
yeah, that's how we like initially started was we recycled all that material for like our first
yeah.
EP.
That actually happened with another band we interviewed, Buttholectomy. So they started out as a separate band and kind of they were in two separate bands and they grabbed the two guitarists that were writing riffs together and doing shit over the internet
Yeah.
and pretty much were like, like fuck it, dude, like, like we have good chemistry and
Yeah.
they fucking ended up finding a vocalist and a bassist and pretty much made their own band out of that. And
Yeah.
just the other ones kind of dissolved. And I mean, that's what happens, but it's progression. So dope. Um, I was gonna say too, what for both of y'all, what do y'all think, or could y'all describe the current like slam scene in SoCal, and like where do you think y'all's band fits within it?
Huh.
That's a
Okay.
really good question, actually. That makes me want to like really do my homework and research more about like our whole scene in general. I could just say like we really kind of like I would say we fit in more, especially with like the hardcore crowd, especially with
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah.
like what we're going for now. We're trying to recycle everything so it fits our styles as
Yeah.
musicians in general. So we're going for more of like that kind of like death kind of like deathcore hardcore kind of thing
Mm-hmm.
at first, but like we're also still keeping that slam rhythm, but
Mm-hmm.
it's an interesting kind of chemistry that we're trying to go for. But definitely I would say we belong more with like kind of the hardcore like deathcore
Beat
around there,
beat
but
down.
beat down,
Yeah.
yeah, beat down stuff.
Like because and to add to Glenn's point, like we were when I started Infinectomy, like I called this infant slamming beatdown, like because
Mm-hmm.
I don't to let you know, Buck, freaking I was always really inspired by like Cranium and Cranium's like side projects and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
like Dragging
Yeah.
Entrails and fucking just Cranium. I've been listening to Cranium for like 12 fucking years, so
We're
just
actually gonna be interviewing them. We're uh setting stuff up to get them on our channel.
yeah.
So keep a
I
lookout for
I
that
was
one. So,
fuck yeah.
Definitely. Fucking sick.
Matt's or Mott's their guitarist, like he featured
hmm.
on our debut album on the first
Super
track.
sick.
Mhm.
Fucking
Yeah,
dope.
I'm cool with him. I love him. He's a great guy. I love Cranium, love diphenylchloro arsine and fucking secret mutilation and all of his side projects and shit. Uh
Yeah.
and then We just, you were talking about buttholectomy. We just played a show with them in
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cephalopsy.
super
How was
nice
that?
guys, really down to
Dude,
earth and humble.
really, really great guys.
Really
Great
nice. Yeah,
show too.
Yeah,
yeah,
super
beautiful. This
sick.
is so cool.
I was gonna
What's
say, I
that?
feel like a lot of the bands we've talked to out from like Cali, it's a lot of like they have a lot of influences of breakdown, not beat down, sorry, and hardcore. Um, a lot of inspiration coming from there, or they'll just, I think there's a lot of more like beat down and hardcore bands
Yep.
because a lot of the shows they play are mixed. So it's not just, like slam, but they also like playing with beatdown and
Yeah.
Yeah, or like
stuff like
crossover
that.
thrash and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
a lot of crossover, like thrash really makes itself known, especially in our scene. Like the whole thrash scene, like it's so fucking sick to see like a lot of crossover bands because it's like now you're
Hmm.
not getting the same straightforward, but like their own creativity within those two genres mixed up. It's like a lot of crossover stuff is happening right now, and I really
Hmm.
really fuck with it. It's super sick. Super nice, talented like fools out there really just getting together and making music.
Yeah. And so Tony, you kind of explained like a big inspiration or music that you listened to was like Cranium, but Glenn, like what kind of music background do you come from or that you feel like is kind of just inspired you to play?
My music is a totally different from Tony's. Like,
Totally different
stupid. It's
realm.
like you wouldn't expect me to play slam at all. I'm a huge like my first band. I was in 15. It was a Christian rock group. We played at like aircraft carrier too. Like I've been
Hmm.
in bands since 14, 15. But what inspired me really was like a lot of thrash. Like if
Hmm.
it, I used to think, which is stupid. I tell people don't think like this at all. But if it wasn't fast to me, it wasn't good. That's how I used to be.
Yeah,
So I was super into death metal and like thrash and even black metal. Like my own band is a
yeah.
progressive experimental blackened band. Like
Hmm.
we focus on like a lot of like that melody and like that atmospheric stuff. And I would like I love like my favorite band would have to be Slayer. Like that's like
Okay, yeah,
one
yeah.
band that really put me like really writing stuff and like got me out there into like I would say too punk because I used to play in a punk band called Schizoids back in the day. We opened up for the Smut Peddlers at the Doll Hut. It was a really cool time. I was like 17, 18. And it
The
was just like a
smut
dream coming
peddlers.
true. Yeah, the
What
Smut
the
Peddlers.
fuck?
They're like an old school I think Venice band or
Oh, okay.
I can't remember where they're from Cali though. They're from like 88 or something. They're
I
old.
should have. Fuck. What's your actual name? I'm sorry. I'm bad with names.
Me?
Yeah,
Oh, my fault, bro. I'm Gavin. Yeah.
Gavin. Gavin.
I'm
Yeah,
Gavin, yeah.
I'm bad. I'm terrible with names, so I apologize. But
Nah, dude, you're straight.
I was gonna tell you, like, you were asking him, like, just background music, and I know I touched
Hmm.
on it a bit, but I came from like, I was emo and scene kid initially. Like, I was
Oh,
into like,
really?
yeah, I was into Asking Alexandria. If you go on our social media, like,
Hmm.
I'm literally wearing an Asking Alexandria shirt to one of our shows.
Hmm.
Uh, and I was into like Suicide Silence and fucking,
Yeah, yeah.
As I Lay Dying and shit like that, just like deathcore and metalcore initially.
Hmm.
And then
Dope. Fuck yeah. I mean,
yeah,
it took
still,
me
some of
a
those
while.
bands, like, I still listen to, like, Suicide Silence.
yeah,
Uh, not too much into, like, the, like, emo, emo side of music. Not really my forte or,
yeah,
but which is cool. I mean, I still listen to it. My brother is actually like super heavy into it. He's actually your age, but I don't
oh,
know. It
okay.
might just be like a generation thing, But
I mean, I'm
uh,
like the what is it? The like one of the cutoff years for being the oldest of Gen Z. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like Gen
Yeah.
Z
What are you,
stops at like
99?
97. Yeah, I'm 99.
Yeah. See, my brother. Yeah. So dope.
Okay.
Um, for future releases, how do you see your band evolving in the future? Like we were kind of talking about like more like beat down hardcore stuff coming in. Is
Yeah.
that the direction that y'all are wanting to push for like
Uh
new albums?
Kind of a mix.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of like we still like our bassist was telling us the other day, like he wants to experiment around with stuff. So it won't just be like one style or the other. We've always like even when these guys weren't initially in the band, like I've always like never been afraid to like try different things,
Try. Yeah.
because initially. Um, we had this lineup like 3 years ago where it was like five or six of us. It was Alex, our old lead guitarist, our old drummer Zachary, our bassist Brianna, Che as the other lead and rhythm guitarist, and then me as the just the rhythm guitarist, and then we had a vocalist as well separately. But
Hmm.
um, we were gonna go a blackened route too,
Yeah.
and I'm still planning on doing that. I have to get with the boys and coordinate that with them. But as far as future releases, like I'd say we're working on an EP already.
Okay, yeah.
Uh, so this
Can you
one is
tell us
going to
about that?
be. Yeah, I have artwork and stuff for it already, and I have ideas for songs.
Hmm.
I've written like one of the songs already just for the boys to like basically learn, and was like, hey, this is an opening track, like this will be the intro. And
Hmm.
then basically I'm trying to like just do my own thing, obviously, but uh I want the boys to have coordination basically. So the type of in terms of style, I would say like definitely more like we're still slam, but now it's like more hardcore influenced, Like
Hmm.
it's like still slamming beat down because that's what we've always
Yeah.
been,
There's like
Like
for metal, like in general, I feel like there's subgenres of subgenres of subgenres just based off of like the different influences. But I mean, that just kind of makes like a band's like sound. It's for me, not necessarily like a subgenre. I mean, there are subgenres, but diving so deep into it, everybody wants to pretty much like create their own genre, but it can just be like your own sound. You know what I mean? Like those are
yeah,
your inspirations. Like when you create a subgenre, you're gonna have people wanting to follow, and then like which is nothing wrong with it, but at least like you're distinct in your own way as a band. And I think that's what sets people or other groups apart, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
diving into more stuff like that of what you feel like you enjoy will make a band a little bit more like successful, and it's just
yeah.
more
Yeah.
preferable.
We're just trying to go like more like let's just have all the songs be ignorant as fuck and just be stupidly brutal, Like
Yeah.
It's just like almost like let's just have fun and see what really can work out. Like,
we'll see what
oh, what
Hmm.
sticks.
pattern? Yeah, because like it's like I'm for my drumming, like I'm really like I'm trying to learn my rudiments again.
Jazz.
Yeah, I'm more of a jazz drummer on the outside and stuff. So like I'm
Hmm.
really like putting time and effort into the parts and like telling like, oh, this is what we need to be on the Met, or like this is that, like kind of thing, like, or like flams and stuff. I'm really trying to add ghost notes into it just because it's
Hmm.
like it gives it like that different style. Like no one has done that in slam yet, or like even add certain
Yeah.
rhythms or rudiments that like that can really attract somebody.
Yeah. That
So
And
yeah,
I had a conversation with Glenn about this actually. Like I was like, because I am not afraid to be like, yeah, I'm inspired by this, and this band. I don't give a fuck what about that. So I was just like, hey, let's just make an EP where it's literally Body Snatcher riffs with Defeated
hmm.
Sanity drumming, basically.
yeah,
uh we just kind of pulling it back a little bit. You said that you have like cover art and stuff done for like your new EP.
Yeah.
How involved are you with like your band's visual process? Like, um, is it
Uh
outsourced? Is it something you do?
it's
Um,
outsourced and then like I'll pay money I'll pay like an artist, for some art
hmm.
like because I don't buy AI generated art. I had one
Hmm.
EP where we used AI generated art just as like a whatever. It's like a 4 track EP, like
Yeah, yeah.
here's some new Infantectomy, and I basically I came to the conclusion of like yeah I still like buying like actual set pieces for
Yeah,
albums
yeah.
and stuff like that. So I didn't commission this guy. He had like a the lineup at the time we had all like put some money forward and bought in this like pre-made piece that he had for sale, and then I basically sometimes I like to go into the fucking actual like PSD file, the Photoshop file, and
Hmm.
then add a little more detail to it
Yeah,
because
okay.
I've been doing Photoshop for like 10 years.
Okay, dope. So you have like a little bit of background in it and can kind of go through and add like your own like final touches. Dope.
I took a bunch
Um,
of graphic design classes and stuff like that, like in high school and college.
yeah, same. Um, what was kind of y'all's like biggest obstacle? I know like you were saying in the beginning, like you had kind of had a falling out with your old band. Uh, do you think you had bigger obstacles than that, or like just coming in and starting up? What do you think was the
Uh,
biggest hurdle to get
um,
over?
Man, you're asking this, and it's just like it's been like 9 years or some shit almost,
Mm-hmm.
like since this falling out happened. So I'd have to really think about this because it's stuff I haven't thought about in a while. But basically, it was just kind of like, we were all like super young and just didn't see eye to eye, Like
Okay.
that's just the normal process of any starting up band type of thing.
Yeah. Especially just
Of
like growing up and coming out of that, high school age, going,
Yeah,
stuff like that happens.
those were the Wild West days of the internet when everybody would just be like, "Fuck this person" or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I know I understand people still do that now, but like back then it was just so much more like you could just
Everyone
say
was airing it
anything.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody was airing it out.
The realization of digital footprint was not there.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
not there.
yeah. Everybody has stuff on the internet that they probably regret posting and shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That,
I think
like,
I think everyone, yeah, everyone can just agree. Like, you have that one tweet that you're like, damn,
it's
at
out
like
there,
maybe
bro.
10 or 12, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
dude.
it's
Yeah.
out there. It's
Like
it's out there.
I was fucking like, I started using like YouTube as my first form of like social media and shit, and I was like in middle school of like eighth grade, just fucking making like gaming YouTube videos initially before I was doing like any sort of music. And so
Mm.
I was initially a content creator from the aspects of I was like an old school YouTuber where I played like COD and stuff like that.
Oh,
Um,
dope.
yeah, I
Which
used to
COD?
make
What's your favorite COD?
favorite COD is Black Ops 2 for sure, hands down.
Goated. Best COD, bro.
Noted.
Best COD and
Favorite
sec
zombies map though? Were you multiplayer or zombies?
multiplayer,
Ooh,
but zombies I
mine's off
loved.
zombies.
The
Transit.
Western mine?
Oh,
Oh,
buried.
buried,
Buried was fucking
Hell
my
buried,
yeah,
favorite.
dude. What
buried
the
is
And then
fire.
fuck? That's crazy. Nah, dude, that's
I s-
such a. I would play that shit all the time with my brother, bro.
yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
yeah. That's a
I have it
goated
on my
map,
left.
bro.
Gavin, let me ask you, what's your favorite COD, hands down?
Black Ops 2. That
Oh, okay,
easy. I was
okay.
just playing the other day online. I got it
How do you play
Oh,
that?
on
oh,
my
dude, do you
Series
have it?
X.
Oh,
Oh, okay, okay. I was gonna
Yeah.
say,
So.
do you have like something on computer? Because I play Black Ops 2 on computer too, and like
Mhm.
uh,
oh,
they have it like modded or some stuff, like some
I'll
zombie
play
maps and
like
stuff. I forgot
BO3
what it's.
modded maps and shit like
Mhm.
that. Like a lot of modded zombies on BO3 with some homies and shit. But
I'm
I bought it because it was on sale. Like dude, it's crazy. It's such an old game and it's still $60. Are you fucking
$60.
kidding
Yeah,
me?
Yeah.
And or yeah, 50
better.
bucks.
Oh,
And
so you're
so I
playing
got
it
it
on
on sale.
Steam.
No,
You're playing it.
I'm playing it on
You guys
Oh,
on my
on
Series X,
Series
Series
X.
X.
Series X,
Oh, I
Yeah,
yeah.
see. Okay,
I play
okay.
but.
mine on like Steam.
Yeah, I
Fucking
have it on Steam, but it's just something about it, like just having it on my Xbox. Like I can lay in bed and fucking play it on my
Oh
just
TV,
yeah,
play
and
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
With your
it's a
computer,
lot.
you gotta be locked in. Like.
Yeah, bro, I'm not trying
But
to sweat that hard, bro. Like, and when I'm playing
yeah,
zombies, like, I mean,
it's a
we're still
chill
doing
time. Yeah,
Easter eggs, but it's chill. Like,
What
yeah.
uh,
fucking yeah, I was gonna say like Black Ops 2's fucking goated, but I'm
mhm.
definitely more like since I'm older, like like my reaction times for COD are not what they used to be. So I'm more into like tactical shooters now and shit, like
Mhm.
Arma and fucking Stalker and T Escape from Tarkov and shit like that.
Yeah, Tarkov. You played Hell Let Loose?
Yeah, that game's fun as fuck, dude.
It is fun as fuck, dude. When they first like launched and everybody was on like the proximity chat, that was such a fucking fun time, bro. I would be on that bitch because I played. Whoa, what role did you play?
I don't fucking remember. I played it at a homie's house or some shit one day when I was high
Oh,
as fuck, Like I don't own
nah,
it.
bro. I was locked into that game. I was playing like a tank commander, and so like I would be, I would either be on the gun or I would be like on the like lenses, like observing. Because like if
Oh
you've
yeah,
been in the tank, bro,
yeah, the
it's
lens, yeah.
legit. Like you need three people to make that shit work. So
Yeah.
you'd be
Oh
out
yeah,
like you'd
like
be a spotter. You'd be spotting, like you see enemies like fucking traverse left, like
yeah,
fire, loaded
it's
high
like
explosive, load HE, armor piercing, go down, no, no. Yeah, it's like fucking nuts,
Oh
bro. It
my
was a lot of
fucking
fun.
God, dude.
It was
Yeah,
intense, bro.
that's intense. That you get that same feeling from Arma Reforger, which is like the latest Arma that's out now, because like there's just fucking modded servers. So
Hmm.
it's made by the same guys who make DayZ or whatever. So it's literally just
Yeah,
like a
oh,
military version of DayZ without the zombies or
yeah.
whatever.
oh okay.
Don't they
But
have that like on
they
DayZ
have
though?
DayZ and Reforger
Yeah,
now. Yeah, they do.
Okay,
But
dope.
it's it's still like experimental, so they're ironing out the game or whatever for mods and stuff like that. And they're like you'll be in a fucking like a modded map for there's like Russia versus Ukraine basically, and it's in Ukraine
Hmm.
type of thing,
God
like the
damn.
landscape and yeah, it's
And
fucking
Kiev
crazy,
or
bro.
something?
It's not exactly Kyiv, but it looks like a Ukrainian like landscape, obviously. And like you'll just be in a fucking like one of those BTRs or whatever the fuck, and then
yeah,
like the guy driving the fucking vehicle and the guy in who's in commander will be like, "Get the fuck out! We're heading towards the
Yeah,
base!"
it
Like they
gets so
literally scream
intense,
at you.
bro. It's wild, bro. It's funny playing with like like
Ex-military.
veterans and shit like that, and I'm like,
yeah,
all
because
right, bro,
they
okay.
go
I'm just
super
yelling
deep into
at you
it.
to shoot this motherfucker, not like, you know, it is what it
Yeah,
is. But
I'm
we're
I'm
what's up?
I would if I could just add like I'm the kind of guy who likes to go solo because I'm not really like a teammate like kind of player. I'm more of like a
Hmm.
solo dude, and I love to go out there with like a sniper and then like camp like 1,000 yards out from like the FOB, which is
Just
like the enemy's base.
watch. Yeah.
Just fucking shoot them as they come out of the base and shit until the admins fucking get mad at you and shit.
All right. We're gonna transition over a little to like more like
Yeah.
interactive, like fun questions. This one specifically is for you, Glenn.
okay.
Um, if you could have one brutal superpower, like blast beat speed or screams that melt faces, what would it be?
I think it would have to be like I think it would have to be screams that melt faces. Like I just like I that would be so fucking sick. You just and then they just
Yeah.
perish,
Yeah.
you know? Like I feel like that would just like you try to go to a gas station, someone gives you, fucking attitude. And then they
Bro
just
handed you a pink lighter. Yeah, it's
yeah,
game over, bro.
it's game over. I think that yeah, I think that would be cool. The blast beat would be super fucking sick. That would be so viable, but like the
Hmm.
screaming, just
Gotta
imagine
switch it
someone
up,
else
bro.
seeing that. Yeah, like imagine just someone else seeing that. They're like, oh my fucking god, what
What
the
was the
like
question?
Yeah. If you could have any like brutal superpower, what would it be? Like,
Oh, I
it
see.
doesn't have to be just those. Like, it could be anything that you could think of. Just any
Um,
superpower.
it would have to be, hmm, for me anyway. It'd have to be the fucking the pingy snare blast beat because like when when you show somebody who doesn't listen to like slam certain bands that have like a really like
that
high
tight
tuned
snare. That
snare,
yeah, that
yeah, that
tight
sounds like a
snare.
fucking Pringles can and shit like that, like it just throws them the fuck off and they're like,
Yeah,
what the. I showed this like person or whatever, like an online friend, like what was it, this band called Excoriation. They're like a Russian band, I believe. They're like brutal death metal, and they have the pingiest fucking snare, bro. It just sounds like
Hmm.
like you can hear
That's
it
what's
through the
in,
phone
bro.
speaker. Yeah, and
That's what's
I
in.
sh I showed them this because they're really into jazz because I think that band is more jazz adjacent for brutal death metal, and they were like, "Dude, why is the fucking snare sound like shit?" So I would have to choose a really high tuned snare for blast beats as a superpower because you could just I don't know, it's just in your face, you know.
Hmm. Uh, if Infantectomy had like a mascot, what would it be?
Ooh.
oh, dude, I think it would have to be like how Dying Fetus has the baby going around stage. Like it's kind. I feel like it has to be something like that. Like it really does.
Um, I
I
would
that's how my that's my take on it.
Okay. If we had a mascot, I'd probably say it would be like, you know, like there's like a meme that someone made of us. I think it was our friend Connor, our good friend Connor Wood on Facebook or whatever. Shout out to that guy because he's a fucking meme lord. But he made like a meme of us like
Mm.
3, 4 years ago of like it's like this mirror selfie of these scene kids next to each other, and then he slapped our logo on there
Hell yeah.
because that's literally what it is. It's like, like we have breakdowns too. Like we have deathcore breakdowns, like I
Hmm.
wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like we experiment, so like it's definitely like it definitely was like a bunch of scene kids in the beginning making slam music for sure.
Dude, the first thing that I think of for you guys would be that baby spider from Toy Story.
That
That's like all I can
the baby.
envision. It's like all I
Yeah,
see, like the fucked up head and just like
it's crawling everywhere
Yeah,
fucking
like on all
metal
fours type
spider
shit.
legs. Dude.
fuck yeah.
Um, what are y'all's like top three slam bands at the moment?
Uh, at the moment, diphenylchloral arsine, fucking this band called um Vomitus Mass, and then Engorgement.
Engorgement. What about you, Glenn? What you got?
I would have to go with some more locals because I'm really just getting into this like slam and stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
do like I don't know if Angel Maker would be kind of considered like brutal slam, like
Uh,
kinda. That's like I feel like a bit too far fetched.
they're
But Knuckle
deathcore.
Sandwich, they're fucking sick. They're the fucking homies. I can't
Mm-hmm.
pronounce their name, but we played with them. Tony Desot, what are they?
Desoectomy.
Desoectomy.
Oh
They're
yeah.
fucking sick. They're actually one of the first few bands that I actually really listened to in slam and really
Mm-hmm.
like fucking loved. I really enjoyed it. Like I liked more tech death and stuff, so I like the more techie slam. But
Mm-hmm.
like that kind of style, like it just really kind of grabbed to me. They were like Knuckle Sandwich, and yeah, they really got onto me. I'm not too big into slam really. I'm really just getting started into like that whole
He's
game
Yeah.
in.
because of
He.
Tony and like
Yeah.
because of my other friends
Mm-hmm.
too who like just
Well,
now being in this scene and
what
stuff.
about like three of your like top like black metal? You said you were into black metal or like
Oh
death
yeah,
metal bands.
my favorite death metal. I feel like Broken Hope. I think that's like a lot of my style with drumming.
Mm-hmm.
Swamped into Gore. That record is a beautiful record. That's a really one of my favorite. Like I love listening to that. Another good one would probably damn Brutal Truth. Brutal Truth. I like a lot of
Yeah.
grindcore. Um, that band was fucking sick. I mean,
Fuck yeah.
uh, the bassist is an Anthrax and SOD
Mm-hmm.
as well. Like, I think
Mm-hmm.
that's the same band, but Brutal Truth is fucking sick. I think my last band would have to be kind of like honestly like Dying Fetus, like more that tech style. Like when it
Yeah.
just comes back to like kind of that techie stuff. I just really like the musicianship, especially because I'm a guitar player more or less. Like I love
Mm-hmm.
like kind of just going on to like listening to music theory and whatnot and hear this and that, and so I can really appreciate like a lot of the guitar work that like they really do, and it's just like it sits well more of like a musicianship level for me.
Dope.
Mhm.
I gotta ask you though, man. Mayhem or Burzum?
Ooh.
Well, that's a good one because like Mayhem, I like Mayhem,
Classic.
but Burzum just has better riffs. Like that, he's such a better
Yeah.
guitarist. You know, it's just
It's more
like
like melodic and
yeah,
atmospheric. It's
it's definitely what black metal really should have sounded like. Because Mayhem just sounded like more punk blackened. You know, like more of that
mm-hmm.
death kind of like. They definitely had like their moments with atmosphere, but like they were definitely more kind of like that punkish kind of like metal, more
Mm-hmm.
like it was when black metal really just first started. So no one was. They were kind of still like that Hellhammer kind of sound or
Yeah.
Celtic Frost almost. You know, like that kind
Mm-hmm.
of like stuff. But I
Yeah,
would
dude,
have to go
fucking
with
love
Burzum
Celtic
just because
Frost.
they were just yeah, Celtic Frost is so fucking like once Hellhammer ended, I was like, damn. But then I learned that Celtic Frost is Hellhammer. I was just like, dude, that's so
Mm-hmm.
fucking sick. It was so super cool. There's also a really old band called Black Widow that came out before Black Sabbath. With they had no
Hmm.
guitars and they had flutes and stuff, and they were
Oh,
like a
really?
blackened rock and roll band where they were
I
like
have to check
really
that
they were
shit out.
actual real Satanists and stuff. Like they're actually I think they're called Black Widow. They were really cool. They come
Oh,
welcome Black Widow, welcome to the Sabbath. It was before Black Sabbath really came out and stuff. And they're from like the same area. And they really kind of inspired that atmosphere like a lot with the keys and stuff too, because there was
Hmm.
just flutes, keys, bass, and drums. And it was super super interesting. That band actually does not have a following really at all. And it's a really cool, like if you actually go out of your way to listen to it.
Yeah, I'll check that one out for sure. We're gonna move into like our last section, which is just like quick fire. So I'm just gonna name out some questions and either both y'all can both answer them at the same time. It doesn't matter at the same time, or if y'all just want to like take turns, like uh Tony and Glenn just fucking boom 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 boom, you know. So
Okay, for
let's
sure. Like kind of
if y'all are ready,
yes,
cool.
sir.
All right, bro. Okay, what's the last song you listened to?
Damn.
let me check.
I would have to say I was listening to the Acid Bath CD in my car, having original CDs of Acid Bath. My uncle seen them back in the day. I got it signed by Sammy too.
No
I'm a
way.
huge Go
Sammy's
for
sick.
Sammy. Yeah, he's such
Hmm.
a sick fucking fool. I think it was a Cassie Eats Cockroaches. That was the last song I just came home driving to, if I
Such
remember
a
correctly.
fucking good song.
Yeah,
Such
dude, it was
oh, I
so
Uh,
love that
so
one,
fucking
bro.
sick.
the
Yeah.
last song I listened to was on Spotify. The Last Thing I Want to Do by Lil Peep.
Oh,
Little Pete guy
nice.
over here. All right.
Yes,
Yep,
I
yep.
got
sir.
Circle Pit or Wall of Death.
Ooh, that's a good one. Fuck, I like seeing
Wall
a
of
circle
Death.
pit more. I like seeing a circle pit. It's like
Wall of Death.
the
Yeah.
wall of death is cool, but fuck,
I have to
circle pit
say
gets
Wall
going.
of Death, bro. They're way more aggressive. It's just
Yeah.
Oh
fucking,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Oh,
it's super aggressive. I just like seeing the motion of just little ants move around. Like
yeah.
I remember at Dying Fetus, me and my homie, we got the top bunk, right? Like just the VIP seats because he was just talking to someone. They let us up there, and dude,
Hmm.
the pits, just the circle pits, it literally
Fucking
looked like
wild.
little ants just trampling around and shit. Like you've seen people just get trampled, and no one's even picking each other up because there were so many people just
So
in
much
that
going
mosh.
on.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, no, dude, they're dope at times for sure. What's the first album that blew your mind?
Ooh.
I
Flyleaf
would.
self-titled.
You said Flyleaf?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard it. I have to check that out. If it blew your mind, it might blow mine.
It's gonna
This
be
dude's got it right here.
a super
Flyleaf
wild record.
was a
But
hard rock band. Oh,
this is a
nice.
George Harrison All Things Must Pass. This honestly like blew my mind just up because this was after the Beatles. He left them and like they just were talking shit on him. Like all his music sucked. Like they would tell him, "Oh, that's not a rock song." But all
Hmm.
these songs are just so emotionally beautiful. Like the passion a man can have within his own music. It was just this really inspired me to like pick up like an acoustic really and really work on my like classical work because I play cello too. I have a cello actually like right here. And like
Yeah, I know. I picked that up.
yeah, and
That's
like
fucking
this
dope.
album just surprised me. I have so many records I can tell you that, but this album like really fucking surprised me when I heard it. Just the emotion and the pain and like what he was
Hmm.
going through at the time really captured everything. He really did.
All right, dope. All right. If your band was a breakfast cereal, what would it be called?
Infant Cheerios.
Infant Cheerios.
uh,
Yeah.
Slam and Crunch.
Slam and
That's
Crunch.
a
I
good
like
one.
Slam
That's
and
actually a
Crunch.
super good one. We should put that on a shirt actually.
That would
Have
And
be
then
like a
like
dope.
have
whole
like something like
cereal
biting
design.
somebody. Yeah, like a dinosaur or some shit. That'd be fucking dope.
It
A
and if it
bunch of
was gonna be
babies in a bowl,
and then it would be chocolate flavored.
chocolate
Chocolate flavor.
flavored. Yeah,
Yeah, it'd be
That's a pretty good
like
detail
Cocoa
to add in
Puffs.
there.
dope.
Cocoa
Okay,
Puffs.
be honest. Which song of yours would you slap into a children's lullaby?
Ooh. Uh
Like, dude, Fuck. That's.
No, none of them.
That's
I
crazy,
feel
bro.
like
You're Infantectomy. You gotta
I
have a
feel like
lullaby.
Infant Slamming Beatdown, just because it's pretty slow and the tempo's not too fast. Like I feel like that one's our best song to show people who don't like that kind of music, just because it's like it's pretty settled. Like there's not too many vocal parts. This like
No.
I feel like it's a pretty settled song.
Mhm.
I would play uh are can it be released or unreleased?
Anything you'd want.
Okay, then it would be our unreleased track called uh Into the Zone.
Into the zone. Get that baby into the sleep zone. That's where they're gonna
Type.
go. Or maybe not. We'll find out whenever the song releases. Dope. That was pretty much. Oh wait, no, actually, I lied. I got one. Tony,
Yes.
pig squeals or gutturals?
Pig squeals.
Can you give us your longest pig squeal? Damn, they did not pick up. That
Yeah.
sucks. God damn it. I had that problem with Zoom too when I'm trying to do shit. It won't pick it up. I don't know what it
No, what
is. It's like I think it's Zoom. It's just
it
like
just can't get that frequency, huh? Like that
Yeah.
pitch.
something. I think it like auto blocks it out another
It
And
usually
time.
also
does it.
I'm sure I could probably turn down the mic sensitivity, but it's just like I have a fucking PC too.
Yeah, I'm set up the same way. Like I run my thing through my Focusrite, and so it
No,
does
I
that as
was
well.
yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
do
so
that, but I was just like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna run it, whatever. I usually run
nah,
everything through my focus, right?
nah, you're good, bro. You sound good, but do y'all have any like last words or anything that y'all kind of want to shout out?
Yeah. Listen to Paroxysm. Um everybody watching the video say fuck Max and then
Yeah, fuck Max.
fuck Max and then also if you guys post edit could also put shout out to Pink Elephant, that would be sick. And then
Okay, yeah, for sure.
and also shout out to Dark Matter and Meridian Parkway, and then also shout out to Biofreak Records, which is my rap label.
Nice. Oh yeah. Well, uh, anything else? Do you kind of have like maybe a release date for your new EP, new album coming out? Not yet. Still in
Not
the
yet.
works.
Yeah,
Still in the
I
works.
wouldn't say we have an
Coming
official date.
soon.
Yeah, we're still honestly all in the works of like getting together, writing, because like the
Hmm.
main rhythm section, we all live in the same city together. We live like 10
Okay.
minutes or 20 minutes. But Tony
Hmm.
and Shay, they live about 2 hours, an hour and a half. So it's like
Hmm.
when Tony's like kind of the main almost director, it's kind of hard to be like, oh, this is what this part is and stuff without like kind of like that guidance
Yeah.
as well. But like we get it done, we still are just working on it in general. But right now we're focusing on getting, I would say, our set, like especially live, just
Hmm.
flat out just perfect for us because it's like I think that's just what matters the most for us right now because we got these shows coming up and like
Yeah.
pretty big opportunities too. So it's like we're working on getting our set, but also we're ghostwriting still here and there, doing that as well. But yeah, I would say our main focus right now, the next couple months, is just working on our live set and our live performance, just because we have these shows already coming up.
Hmm. Super sick. Well,
Mhm.
like super grateful. Thanks for hopping in and giving us the time of day.
Yeah.
I know
No,
y'all had
Gavin,
just gotten off of work, so appreciate it
Gavin,
a
Thanks for
thank you.
lot.
having
Yeah,
us.
that means
For
a lot
sure.
to us to even have us like on here, man. Like
Yeah,
we
man.
really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Anything to help out the community, dog. So, uh,
Sir.
just last time, thanks again for a minute. Until next
Yeah,
time,
man.
man. I can't wait to hear y'all's new music. Gonna check it out and gonna check out some of those recommendations y'all threw my way for
Oh
sure.
yeah,
Cool,
true,
man.
true.
All right,
And
Thank you,
make
Gavin.
sure to subscribe to the Iron Sermon.
Type
for
shit.
sure. Hell yeah. All right, guys. Well,
Subscribe.
appreciate it. Uh, we'll see
Yes,
you next
sir.
time. Thanks for coming on.
All right,
Yeah,
man.
no
All right,
You
problem.
guys take
Thank
care.
you.
later.
Later.
Later.